Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Coach Bill with Weight Loss Made Easy. Hope everybody's having a great morning so far. Today is Wednesday. As you can see, anytime you see me with this powerhouse workout shirt on, Emily and I just got done working out real quick. We're just now finishing up on a 23 1-hour fast, which means we've been fasting for 23 hours, 0 calories, just a lot of good, a lot of hydrogen-rich water with our pink sea salt, and I've had a few cups of coffee, and that's it. No calories at all. Now we always work out in a fasted state. And so what we're doing now is we've come up with a protocol, which I'll do another video about, and let's explain a little more in details what we're doing. But back in the heydays, to get ready for us to go on stage, we did a 12-week diet down. We're now, we've come up, and that's got a lot of issues to it as far as metabolic damage, starving yourself, losing muscle mass, and so forth. So that really isn't a good way to go. Well, now new science came up of another way. It's called 6 weeks. And what it is that it's a protocol using primal eating or ketogenic diet, combining it with intermittent fasting or prolonged fasting. But it's only for 6 weeks to get you ready for either a show or to get you ready for a photo shoot. But it's only 6 weeks and you're not starving because it's high fat, low carbohydrates. Like you guys know, we educate people. But anyway, so what's happened here is that I'm going to measure my glucose levels and measure my ketone levels right here in front of you guys to give you an idea of what happens after you exercise. Now, technically, after you exercise, when you take a glucose reading or a blood sugar reading or a ketone reading, your blood sugar should be a little higher and your ketone levels should be lower. And the reason for that is because when you're exercising, you're stressing out, which you're producing or inducing your cortisol hormones, which that in turn induces your insulin hormone to spike up. So what we're doing here, when you're stressing out, your body needs more energy. And so what it's doing is going after your liver has no more, because of your fasting, your liver has no more sugar in there. So it's just producing some sort of count of ketones. You're surviving off of your fat that's being stored, and that's what you want to do anyway. But what happens is your body, certain organs, your brain especially, needs a certain amount of glucose or sugar to operate. And even though you're fasting for 23 hours, you haven't eaten any carbs, even though your liver is depleted from carbs, your body's not stupid. And it's always going to have a little bit of stored glucose in the muscle and other areas known as glycogen. So when your body gets low on glucose or sugar and certain organs need it to operate, you will always have a storage of it in your muscle, and the body will then take it from the muscle, put it in the liver, and produce more and dump it into the blood. The blood carries it to the cells, to the brain, wherever it needs it. So your glucose is always going to be up and your ketones are going to drop down. But then after about 2 or 3 hours after that, if you don't eat anything, then your glucose levels will drop back down. Like for mine, normal is 87 to 84, my number. Emily is usually down in 71 or, I don't know, 68, somewhere in that numbers, okay? Now, this is where it gets a little tricky, is that a lot of people are very obsessed on their ketone numbers. If they're not higher than 1.0 or higher consistently, then they panic thinking they're not in fat burning, which is wrong, because if you've been doing this protocol for a while, especially like us, then your body is going to be utilizing more of the ketones at the cellular level, and that's what you want. I don't want my ketones to always be at a high number. If I'm at 1.5 or higher consistently, and my blood sugar is always down to 87 or 84 or lower, then I'm in autophagy. I'm in fat burning. So it's just like getting on the scale every single day. You're going to lose what you're trying to do because that's going to frustrate you. And you are not, because getting on a scale doesn't measure body fat. It's what comes up in the glucose and ketones. That's what measures it. And that's why you have to monitor your progression with these 2 meters. Now I've got 2 meters here. The reason why I'm going with 2 meters is because both meters, these types, they individually package the strips so they're not in a little container, and every time you open it, whenever the air hits those strips, it starts to oxidize them, and you're not going to get the numbers that you're looking for, because eventually they will oxidize. Well, these 2 meters I'm using, one's a glucose meter or sugar level, one's a ketone meter. They're individually wrapped in a little aluminum foil like this, so it will actually protect them. So now Emily and I just got done doing a 23-1 fast. We've already exercised. It's been about an hour. I've got my chicken bone broth here to break my fast with, because you guys who follow me know that I like to break my fast first before I have my main meal to ease into the main meal, something that's going to be less stress on my stomach. Okay, so let's do my blood sugar first. So let's take it. So I got my lance here, and I'm going to get the blood from this side here. Okay, here we go. All right, and let's see about getting some blood here. There we go. So as soon as I get enough blood here, I can, okay, let's turn it on. Here we go. Okay, set the strip in there. Wait for the numbers to happen. All right. Let's go ahead and get a number. All right, there we go. Let's see what my blood sugar's at. Okay, see, we're at 76. So that's low. So what this is telling me is that I burned up a lot of sugar while I was working out. And so I'm down to 76. So my normal is 80, 87. So that just shows I waited about an hour after we worked out to take my blood sugar, and my body is still utilizing that sugar that's in my blood. Okay, now let's go ahead and see if I can, okay, good. So now let's take my ketone level and see where I'm at and my ketones. Okay, here we go. All right. Let's wait a second. All right, we're ready to rock and roll. Here we go. We got 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Okay, my ketone levels are 1.1, which means I've got a lot of ketones in my blood. And so what my body was doing is that because my sugar levels were low at 76, I had no glucose, I had no carbohydrates for 23 hours, my liver is producing ketones and it's taking the stored body fat, which I want to burn off, out of my, taking the body fat from my stored body fat, putting it into my liver as food so I can keep operating, and it's producing ketones. Now let's see where at this. I've calculated out to see what range of autophagy I'm in, or you can call it therapeutic ketosis. So I'll take 76 and I'll divide that by 1.1, and that puts me at 69, which is actually putting me at therapeutic ketosis or autophagy. You know, I'm in some sort of autophagy, which means I'm fat burning. Okay, so as I'm sitting here, before I break my fast with the bone broth, I am burning fat. Okay, so basically I have been burning fat for 23 hours. Now, because we exercise so hard, we're actually in a little deeper autophagy. Okay, now this is where this video comes up. I'm talking about those of you that have been doing this for a while. You're checking your own glucose level with a blood meter and your own ketone level with a blood meter, that you get obsessed. Just like those of you that are on scales. Scales don't work, guys. Stay off that scale. Your clothes are your indicators on how much body fat you lose. Scales only will differ every time you get on, and a half hour, 10 minutes later. the weight will change because of your water weight. The scale does not measure actual fat, but your clothes do. Now, that's the same thing with being obsessed with doing your ketones. You know that if you follow me or if you're a client of mine, we're trying to stay into a certain range of therapeutic autophagy or ketosis to make sure that we're burning fat. If you're trying to lose fat or belly fat and you're not monitoring with blood meters or a keto strip if you're first starting out, you have no idea where you're at, and you don't know what foods are sabotaging your fat burning. And that's another thing. This is how we can tell by using these blood meters what foods are causing issues. We're all different. We're not the same. So obviously, foods aren't going to react to us the same. So something that I'm eating that doesn't react with my glucose level or my ketones, you may eat it and it reacts with it. Just like my wife. My wife, when I tested my wife before she left today, her blood sugar was down to 61. Her ketone levels were up at 1.5. So her blood sugar is lower than mine. That's the difference. We're both different. Her metabolism's different than mine. She's down at 40. I was at 68 range. Okay? She's in deep autophagy. I'm still in autophagy. Not as deep as hers, but that's okay. I don't care because I'm still in fat burning. But guys, this is what happens. I'm looking not to be in high numbers on my ketone readings as I get more and more fat adapted and as the months and years go on. And the reason for that is because if you have consistently a high amount of ketones in your blood before or after you exercise, and you've been doing this for a year, 2 or 3 or 4 like us, we've been on here for a few years now, then that means that your body is not utilizing the ketones that you're producing at the cellular level, and you're not going to get the benefits, the overall benefits, not just for the fat burning, but for preventative. I mean preventative of many diseases, if not all of them. And you're not going to be building your immune system up, okay? So because ketones play a big part, especially when it comes to your mitochondria, which helps to boost your energy, especially when you're exercising. So the whole idea, guys, is to get your body to utilize most of all the ketones your liver is producing consistently. And your numbers probably should be around, 1.5 to 1.7 or 8 or 1.1, something like that. And your glucose, as long as your glucose levels are down in the below 90 and say 76 or so consistently, it doesn't matter on your ketones. If your ketones read out at, say I test my ketones, I'm at 80, or my blood sugar, I'm at 84. And then I check my ketones and I'm at 1.8. And I haven't eaten anything for 18 hours. I'm in autophagy. I'm burning my own body fat, because think about this. If you're not eating any calories for a certain amount of time, where's your energy going to be coming from? You're going to run out of the glucose or the carbs. If you eat carbs, which is converted into sugar, you're eventually going to run out of that sugar in your body or in your liver if you don't eat any for 18 hours. So where does your body have to get the nutrients from to operate? Or if you're sleeping, to heal. It's got to go right to your fat storage. So you're going to be in some sort of autophagy. As long as your blood sugar is below a certain, if you're below 100, you're in some sort of therapeutic or ketosis. If your ketones read at 1.5 or higher, okay? So don't get so focused on the ketones being high, especially if you've been doing this for a while, because you want them to be lower, because that's telling you your trillion cells are actually using them to give you more energy and to to boost your mitochondria, which is where your generators are at, and to help you get into autophagy, which has many, 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 many other health benefits to it throughout the day. And you're also going to be elevating your anti-aging hormones, your growth hormones, your testosterone and your adrenalines and all the non-adrenalines, all those growth hormones. And if you're exercising, you're going to be putting on some lean muscle, which is also going to help in burning fat and keeping your metabolism up. So guys, I just wanted to get on here real quick so you can see how we are reacting to exercising and how exercising plays a huge part in decreasing the blood sugar and elevating your ketones up to actually keep burning. It actually activates more of your fat burning when you're exercising. So you want to do some kind of exercising. Then, of course, I'm going to be breaking my fast with my chicken bone broth that has all kinds of micronutrients in it, minerals, and then, of course, the collagen. Hey, for us old people, collagen is super important because as you get older, it decreases. And most old people don't eat enough protein anyway to get the collagen they need for their bones, ligaments, and tendons. That's why they're brittle, and that's why they're aging. It's all because of premature aging if you don't do enough. Older people need more collagen, and older people need more protein than when they were younger. And so that's one thing that we teach. Now, guys, I'm going to post this. I'm going to download this to YouTube. I'll put some information on the prescription or on the descriptions section. You can go to my YouTube channel, type in Bill Mabry. You can subscribe to it and see this video again, or I'm going to post this in my Weight Loss Made Easy Solution Facebook group page also in the downloads section, so you can review this video again or share it with somebody. For those of you that want to know more about our online personal coaching, you can message me. And Emily and I both are working with type 2 diabetics to help reverse it, get them off medication. And the byproduct of all that is going to be weight loss anyway, because you're controlling the hormone that's causing you guys to be a type 2 diabetic, or causing you to be overweight, or those of you that are 40 over, causing that belly fat, and you're doing everything you think you're doing it right. You're exercising, you're eating right, but yet the belly fat still isn't going away. Well, there's more to it than that, and I can share that with you guys. So guys, by the way, I'm going to do another video a little later. Like I talked at the very beginning, we're pretty excited about this new research. I'm calling it my bikini 6-week, or get ready for your bikini 6-week and photo shoot with my 6 weeks of fat burning protocol. It's new, and it's got the last 7 days of the 6 week. It's got a meal plan, which is going to be for fine tuning the excess body fat off to get you ready to go wherever you're going, or to get you ready to be, to help you get your bikini on that you want to get on, or even to get ready for a photo shoot. So I'm going to, Emily and I are actually doing that right now. So I'll keep you updated on how it's going. I really like it so far. Timing is the critical part. The research is saying it's all about timing of when you eat. And I'll talk to you more about that. So guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Stay off the scale. It's going to make you fail. It's going to play with your mind. It's not a true reading of body fat. Understand how blood sugar and ketone blood meters work. That's your guide. Have a great day. See you guys at the next video. Bye.